I'm a disgruntled Eagles fan, and we're awesome.
Hey disgruntled, sorry for the mess in my room and not me having my bed done. But this is the Eagles-Washington reaction video. Second time we played Washington in the last 12 days because first time we played them, they decided to get a bunch of COVID and delayed it until Tuesday. So it's our second time in 12 days that we played them, and honestly this was way too close for comfort. We beat the Washington football team 20-16, and RODNEY McClutch got a last-second interception, which was so crucial, and it won the game for us. Our defense didn't start off good at all. They allowed Washington to score 4 out of 4 drives, or 4 possessions that they did have in the second half, leading to 16 points. But luckily, Washington wasn't able to score after that, and our defense basically suited up and actually started playing defense, which was really good. And our offense, honestly, even though we did not score that many points in the first half, or were slow to getting points, I liked what we had. The first drive we had, it was stalled short due to not making a 4th and 1 or a 4th and 2 due to Howard trying to run it. And I was really impressed with that drive. We got inside the 30, Washington's 30, and then we went and rolled down again. Let me see the box score real quick just to, because I kind of forget what exactly, or the exact time we scored. But yeah, we scored towards the second half, and that was because we went for it on 4th down, and I liked that drive. I mean, we were stalled a couple times, but all in all, I liked how our offense performed. I liked how Hurts performed. Our running offense wasn't really there. It eclipsed about 110, 120 yards. Boston Scott had a game. 14 carries, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 7 carries, 44 yards. Jordan Howard, 11 carries, 26 yards. Then Jalen Reagor, 1 carry, -3 yards. And then Kenneth Gainwell, a carry and 4 yards. But this was a very well-played game. Jalen Hurts did a very good job. I think this just showed the guts that Nick Sirianni is, or has, and is kind of the disciple of Frank Wright, which is ultimately the disciple of Doug Peterson. So he's going to have Doug Peterson-like mentality where he's going to go for it a lot. We have the worst 4th down conversion rate in the NFL, but that went up a little bit today after making, I think, 2 for 3 4th downs. I think we might have went for it. That might have been 3 for 4. I'm not accounting for an extra one maybe sometime during the game. Very gutsy calls, going it for 4th and goal twice and making it both times with Boston Scott. He played the right call, but I just feel like it shouldn't have come down to that point where we needed to depend on Boston Scott to carry it in for the end zone. I think maybe mixing it up a little bit more in the red zone, maybe passing it one time, even though I know it was within the 5-yard line and like 1st and goal, 1st and 3, 1st and 2nd and 3, etc., but maybe try passing at least once. I know that was a little risky due to the fact of the Super Bowl when the Seahawks did not run Marshawn Lynch. That would have won them the game. But still, you have to at least switch it up a little bit and throw them off guard and not go 4 straight carries. Ultimately, it worked, but against good defenses, they're going to be able to read that instantly and they're going to be able to stop us. And this game, even though it was a divisional game, Washington is a very bad team right now, and we shouldn't have came down to a last-second interception to beat us. We should have beaten them by a lot more points than what we did, by only 4 points, i.e. the first time we played them a couple weeks ago, or just the other week, and then how badly the Cowboys destroyed them. Shouldn't have come down to last-second interception, like I said. I think the offense had a really good game. Jalen Hurts controlled the ball really well. Dallas Goedert is a top 10 tight end in this league. He just has some ball handling issues that I want him to clean up. I want the defense to kind of get more. I just want the team to start off a little bit faster, because if we wait into the second half, then basically that's going to be too late for some of these good teams, like the Cowboys, sadly to say, Cardinals, Rams. These teams are going to take advantage of the Eagles not starting off fast and going to score a lot more points than just 10 or a lot more points than just 16 points. Washington scored in the first half. They're going to probably score 20, 25 points, even 30 points maybe in the first half if we don't get off to a fast start. But we're closing games. I like how we're closing games. We get really heated in the second half and able to close games, which is really good. We're able to stall teams in the second half, which is really important for the last second drive. And it's going to be interesting because I think we basically clinched the playoffs. I think it's dependent on this game tonight. I think it's the Vikings and someone else. Let me look it up again. But I think we can clinch the playoffs if the Vikings lose. They play the Packers. So I think if the Vikings lose tonight, which is more than very, very, very likely, then we would be able to clinch the playoffs, clinch that 7th seed, and Cowboys lost, Cardinals won. There was another team that won. I think the Rams won, which I have to look at it again. I'll discuss in the podcast. Go watch the podcast. I think some seedings are going to be swapped around, and the likelihood of playing the Cowboys back to back is, I think, getting less likely because due to the Cowboys, that's probably going to drop them a little bit, and that's going to rise the Rams stock and the Cardinals stock as well. But it's more than likely that we're going to get the 7th seed if the Vikings do lose, in which I think they will. It's going to be a close game nonetheless, but yeah. So that's it. Eagles had a solid game. I want them to start a little bit more faster, or more fast. And yeah, and thanks for watching.